Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to Under the Bridge with Cowbells, the internet troll. Today I'd like to talk about something with great social and political import. We are upon another adpocalypse. What is this, 4.0, 5.0? Somebody got offended out there and advertisers get upset about it. All that it takes is a few hurt feelings for content providers to start to feel the pinch. So I'm thinking first and foremost, maybe it's about time that people who have YouTube channels that are completely based off religious or political topics, maybe they just shouldn't be monetized to begin with. Because that seems to be the big thing that pisses everybody off. And the thing about politics is that there's nuance to it. There's truths from all different sides. And these days, let's face it, we can't get an open and unbiased anything these days. Seriously though, where does one get fair and unbiased information? I don't know these days. The PBS maybe? I'll tell you what, Bobby, it kind of seems like the CBC and the BBC are left-leaning. It almost seems like there is nobody that's just in the middle. It seems to be like we're in a time where feelings are more important than hard facts. And hard facts can be hard, and sometimes reality can be hard too. But we need to overcome it. We need to pick up our burden, and we need to carry on. So right now there's an adpocalypse going on because a homosexual Mexican was called a homosexual Mexican repeatedly, and it upset him. So the issue with this is that not so much that he was called a homosexual Mexican, but it was the fact that he was offended by it. We're getting to the point where being offended is just as outrageous as being stabbed, as being robbed. And right now, in reasonable parts of the Commonwealth, yeah, that's right, the Commonwealth. Let's even say the U.S. as being part of the Commonwealth. There are a lot of people on the left-hand side that are just taking things way too far. And again, right now we have an adpocalypse that's affected me at home. I can't get as much money now because of the adpocalypse, because everybody has to be so super serious about what they do, and the media is so liberal, and the conservatives don't care, but the media is so liberal. So get this, there's this chick in the UK who's like, women should not be offended. Women have the right not to be offended. And oh man, the guy that she was debating with really pissed her off by saying, yes, well, sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist. And I'll tell you what, Bobby, that can definitely be true. And with this outrage culture that we all gotta drop, by the way, it's like everyone thinks, hey, I'm outraged, therefore I'm right. No, it doesn't work that way. You see, the thing is, if our ideas will hold up, they will hold up over in a debate. Our righteousness will hold us up in a debate. But people don't even want to debate anymore. I mean, particularly the ones on the left. It's more important to be happy and make sure everyone's happy than it is to make sure that everyone is right. And it just doesn't quite work that way. Like, we all know what happens when the right goes too far. They become Nazis. What happens when the left goes too far? They become overbearing socialists and start watching people walk around under black flags, under red flags. That's just as concerning as people walking around under Nazi flags. It's just as unconscionable, but people don't see it. They're like, only Nazis can be evil. What's going on? So yeah, we definitely have a revolution going on, a social revolution going on. But the homosexuals within it, the people of minorities within it, everybody who's got sand in their vagina over it, needs to realize that they all have sand in their vagina, and that they need to do something about it. Yeah, they deserve this, that, and the other thing, but there's a certain way to go about it, and there's some people that are just messing up the system altogether. Like right now in Canada, there's a guy that's trying to get a bikini wax. He tried to get a bikini wax, went to 13 different places when they said they couldn't do it because he was a man. He's like, I identify as a woman. and I'm going to sue you guys. So he just expected to get a payout about it, and some of these places actually got a lawyer to fight it. And this guy just backed off. So you can't say that, hey, let's go out there and make righteous laws and rules, because everyone's going to be righteous and no one will bend these rules. Everyone will use it for the spirit of the law, not the letter. No, guys, it doesn't work that way. That's why we have a system in order to watch this stuff, in order to regulate stuff. Because without regulation, people keep getting stupid. It's just how she goes. So anyways, let's just break this down to true under the bridge kind of thing. Now, when I talk about under the bridge, I want to talk about the evil in this world. I want to talk about the nitty gritty. I want to talk about where things go to die. I want to talk about the humus of virtue's decay, the true evil, because it's within these pits of evil, it's within these darkest places that the most virtuous things and the most brilliant light comes from. A lot of good things come from shit, and there's a lot of shit with trolls under the bridge. But again, a lot of virtuous things come from this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so think about this. News as it is exists to sell advertisements. You get to sell advertisements by being popular. You get to be popular by changing the news to meet a certain audience. And then by the time you get that audience, you're good, and then you just talk to the audience like they want to be talked to. There is no place to get fair and unbiased news. CNN, no. NBC, no. Fox, come on, no. Like, man, when I look out there for fair and unbiased, even in Canada, I'm really disappointed by what I see, by my options. But at the same time, we as consumers need to demand fair and unbiased news, and we need to be able to have that option to have fair and unbiased news. We need to say, folks, come on, let's get our stuff straight. The things you're reporting don't represent the truth, the facts, but we'd rather not do that. That bird's really ticked off at me. He didn't think I was sitting in the middle of this thing. So once again, all across YouTube, we're having issues, and even my boy Eli, the computer guy, he lost his ability to live stream. That was his bread and butter. He used to absolutely love doing that, but he can't anymore. And YouTube hasn't even told him why. Like, come on, what's going on here, YouTube? Alright, so a long time ago I realized that freedom of speech was under attack by social justice warriors. Well-meaning social justice warriors, but still retarded social justice warriors. Anyways, they shut down this Jordan Peterson freedom of speech thing that was organized by a Chinese individual who didn't have the option of having freedom of speech. So it was an open mic, and anybody could say anything, and there were a lot of YouTubers who were there for social justice reasons. And they were there being like, Jordan Peterson, remember that one that said, Jordan Peterson, how do you feel about being affiliated with Nazis? And Jordan Peterson's like, what? Have you watched any of my videos online? And the person's like, yeah, I've watched all your videos. And he says, I have over 500 hours of videos. I don't think you've watched all of them. And yeah, so that YouTuber was monetizing that, and Jordan Peterson later admitted that he was monetizing the far left, the retard left. He was basically monetizing her at the same time as she was monetizing him, or they, whatever. Anyways, they were monetizing one another. They didn't realize they were monetizing one another, but they were. And that's just the way she goes. So people want to watch the news because they want their good old-fashioned American fear, or they want their entertainment, and somehow that's how they get it. And it just doesn't make sense. You go to the news for truth and not entertainment, but this is clearly entertainment. I remember the first chick I ever loved. Was supposed to go and meet her. I met her online. Supposed to go and meet her, but 60 Minutes just did a thing about rapists online, and oh no, this internet person's probably going to be a rapist, so I'm supposed to take a 3-day trip. I ended up getting an afternoon, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? better than nothing. That's just how things go. But I'm just saying, sensationalism and fear, sometimes will just keep us locked in the basement at all times. So ultimately, it seems like what's happening is news is coming out, it's being repackaged, and it's being sent out. All of us want to be good people, and we're not good unless we're social justice warriors. But that's the thing, you have to be careful with good, and you can have too much good. I honestly think too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and can even be considered cancerous. Now, one issue that I see all my liberal friends making all the time is they definitely subscribe to outrage culture. The idea where you have an argument and you don't want the argument anymore because you're not doing well in the argument, so you throw your hands up and you leave. My liberal friends, my liberal brothers, we can't do this. We need to stop doing this, because if we know the right way, we should be able to articulate it. Even if it is difficult, even if it does take time, reasonable individuals can have a conversation about something, and if they don't agree, get this, if they don't agree, they can agree to disagree, and that's okay. At the end of the day, we both go our different ways. Now, as long as what we say isn't slanderous, then we can say anything we want. But the thing is, we need the right to be able to say whatever we want, so that we know when we say something wrong, because everyone can tell us exactly how stupid we are. That's why we need the ability to say stupid things, so that people can identify how stupid you are and what you think. Now everyone's like, no, don't give those stupid people a platform. Well, I definitely think you need to let them talk. Maybe you don't need to monetize them, but you need to let them talk, so that you know just how stupid they are. And trust me, they're pretty stupid. Anyways, it's getting pretty cold out here. You have any idea how cold it gets under a bridge in springtime? Yeah. Have a good one, folks. Take it easy.